Hey, this is Dr. Gangrene. You're watching the Steve. No, you're not. You're listening to the Steve and Crypto Show right here on whatever network you're on. I don't know what you're on. Don't ask me. I can't see what you're doing, but keep listening and tune in next week for more cool content on the Steve and Crypto Show.
Hello and welcome to the Steve and Crypto Show, brought to you by thestevestrout.com.
I'm Steve.
I'm Crypto Zoo. We want to thank you guys for listening. This is episode 28? 29?
29.
I think it's 29, yeah.
29,
Yep. That's right. Almost hitting the dirty 30. So, we've been doing this for a little while now. We want to thank everybody who's been listening so far. And if you would like to support us directly, you can check out buymeacoffee.com and go to buymeacoffee.com/SteveCrypto. And basically any contributions go straight to the show and helping us improve things, making us sound better for you, just helping the show grow as a whole. So we
a-hole.
yeah, grow as a-hole. We want to thank everybody who's been contributing so far. We really appreciate you guys.
Keep contributing. Wherever you listen to the podcast, if you can, leave us a review or rate the show. Even just send us feedback. We love hearing it. We do, we definitely take it in and take your advice. And we don't want to suck anymore. We want to do well for you guys because we love you guys. And buymeacoffee.com/SteveCrypto. Review and rate us. And you guys listened to our last episode. We had a blast. We kind of brought somebody on from our neck of the woods here. We're here in Washington State, in the great Pacific Northwest, the home of Bigfoot. And our guest on our last episode, Len Enders, who is... he's a character. He has a YouTube channel where he basically he was like an OG vlogger back in the late 80s. He's one of the 80s kids, the ones that like had the dream to run away to LA and become rock stars, and like he lived the 80s. He tried that shit. Didn't work as well for him, but he tried it. Listen to the episode.
Yeah, it's definitely entertaining.
Listen to it. Go back or find his YouTube channel, watch his videos. It's crazy. It's like watching Jackass and Beavis and Butthead and Headbangers Ball all at once.
One word that was used in the episode once or twice that is very fitting, antics.
Antics. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Like literally one of my former employees, a 16-year-old kid, came up to me and was like, Len Enders? That dude's a fucking legend. Like, that's crazy. Like, some kid to know about this dude generations before her to have that impression of him is pretty cool, man.
Yeah. It's one thing for you to come across a kid, back in the day that was like, oh, so-and-so, they're a legend, because, YouTube wasn't around. But now there's so many outlets for entertainment. There's so many like alleys and lanes that you can, get into, or that you can put your stuff out there for people to check out. So, for a 16-year-old girl to, of all people, to be like, Len Enders, he's crazy, he's a legend, he's awesome. In 2021, it's kind of unheard of, but it's very cool.
That's the beauty of the internet.
Yeah, he's standing out amongst the rest of them.
That's the beauty of the internet.
Yep. Yeah, so if you haven't checked that last episode out yet, please do so and let us know what you think of it. Any locals that check it out, if you think it was cool, just give us a shout and let us know.
Yeah, we want to reach some of our local folks too. We like I said, we love everybody, but we feel like we're ignored by our local friends and
we're branching
family
out there. I don't know about ignored, but we're trying to get ourselves out there a little bit more.
I mean, we're definitely trying.
Yeah, we're trying to just be a little bit more familiar with people, and so yeah, we're doing our part to try to get out there and connect with some local folks that we know. And so yeah, if you're listening and you dig the show, let us know.
Yep, check it out. Fineland Enders. And, listen to all the old episodes. Check them all out. There's a lot of cool people that we've talked to, and there's going to be a lot more.
Quite the variety.
Yeah.
Quite the variety. We try to have a little something for everybody in there, from horror hosts to underground rappers to, writers, comic artists, all kinds of different people. And we have some cool things coming up, for future episodes too.
And if you guys have any ideas of something we should cover or a guest or we talk about everything. We love everything pop culture and nerdy, and we even love pro wrestling. At some point I'd like to get some wrestlers or something on here to tell some stories and cool shit like that. But
that'd be fun. Yeah, if you know anybody, that's creative, artistic, whatever, that you think would want to chat with us and kind of get out there a little bit, let us know. And someone that Steve mentioned earlier, if you know Bigfoot, please track him down. We would love to talk with him.
Definitely Bigfoot. Maybe remotely, though, because I don't want to smell him.
Yeah, let's do the Zoom call with him.
Yeah. I don't want to smell that guy.
If he has Zoom and good Wi-Fi capability, in his cave, then we'll do it that way. No offense.
He probably does. He got good fucking internet.
Yeah.
Bigfoot, he's famous.
Yeah.
He probably got hooked up with Bill Gates or somebody, and he set him up with his own little. He probably has a satellite up there with beaming down his fucking high speed internet.
That's better than what I was thinking. I was just gonna say that he probably stole the Henderson's modem.
Fair. Are we talking about Harry or are we talking about actual Bigfoot?
What, you mean that wasn't real?
No, that's his cousin.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as that was real. I mean,
he moved away.
I could have sworn in the beginning of the movie it said based on a true story.
Yeah, he moved out of the Northwest. He's I think he's in Arizona or something now. He retired.
It's too hot out there for all that fur.
He shaved. He shaved. Yep. He plays for the Suns now. But
no, the Sasquatch mascot that we used to have in Seattle.
Yeah,
we don't see him around so much anymore. I wonder why.
Right? That's because that douchebag in Oklahoma City or wherever took our team.
They took our Sasquatch.
They took our team.
They took our Sam Squanch.
Fuck that guy. Anyways, Seattle, let's get an expansion team. Let's bring the NBA back. We need Squatch to come back.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was mentioning before we rambled off some nonsense like we do. He mentioned people wanting to come on and promote some stuff. Definitely hit us up. Let's do it. We have a somebody coming on later this episode to promote what they're working on. Pretty cool project that we'll introduce to you in a little while. And what else is new?
Lots of cool movie news. I mean, well, some cool movie news. And, I know you and I both been watching some things that are questionable, I guess. You might have disliked this certain movie more than me. We're talking about Army of the Dead. That's Steve's sigh, not mine.
Army of the Dead.
I liked some parts of it.
Did you? I liked when it was over. I just like the end. I know when we talked with Dr. Gangrene a couple weeks ago, I really, I stressed how I just want to be entertained, and I don't want to pick stuff apart and shit on it because it sucks. But, these last couple big hyped up freaking Zack Snyder releases, the Snyder Cut Justice League, and now Army of the Dead, which I was excited for because I love a good zombie movie. And, he made a pretty good Dawn of the Dead remake, which wasn't bad.
Well, honestly, I mean, in my opinion, one of the greater horror remakes out there, that Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, definitely. But lost my train of thought for a second.
Sorry.
It's cool, but yeah, like the last two things he did just like ruined it for me. Like it's gonna be really hard for me to ever to get excited about a Zack Snyder movie again because I've exhausted the whole bitching about the Snyder Cut Justice League. Now I got this to bitch about. It was too much. It was just too much. Like, what did you like about it? I know you said there was stuff you liked about it.
I mean, little things. Not like I wasn't crazy into it, but the zombie tiger I thought was kind of different, you know. Except I thought that should have been Mike Tyson's tiger rather than
it was Siegfried and Roy's tiger.
Yeah, I guess that works.
I guess you missed that part. That was
I was in and out of the room.
Yeah, it was.
It happens when you have kids.
You know, watching that movie, I wish I had kids to
so you could be in and out the room.
So I could be distracted from it. Like the zombie tiger. I mean, it looked kind of cool, but it was, like I don't know. It's just the whole idea of it's stupid. We don't need zombie animals.
Okay, I'll give you something that I didn't like about it. 2 zombies getting together and making a baby zombie, you know? I mean, was that chick pregnant before she became a zombie? I don't think so.
No, it's not like you know, like in Dawn remake, the lady had the baby.
Yeah.
Which I think she was already pregnant before she got bit.
She was.
Which that infected the child, which makes more sense.
Right.
But this was obviously not the case.
Zombie fucking.
Like I wasn't going to just come right out and say zombie fucking yet.
It's pretty much what they were doing.
Zombie fucking. Yeah, like what the hell? Why did the baby come out dead? Like it should have came back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really at this point I don't care why, and I'm really hoping we don't get like a fucking Snyder cut of Army of the Dead with like the fucking love scene between the zombies.
And if you thought the movie wasn't long enough,
we got a nice.
Here's another 80 minutes.
A nice 20-minute zombie fucking scene. Since you brought zombie fucking, we're just gonna call it zombie fucking now. Zombie fucking is a thing. It's not a thing I do. They do to each other.
Yeah. Make that clear. This is in the film.
Just to be clear.
Yeah.
But it's just weird, man. It makes no sense. Like, I mean, I guess they kind of showed by. I don't want to give too many spoilers. Fuck it. I don't care about spoilers. You know what? I'll spoil it for you. I'm gonna save you. Do
you want to keep 2.5 hours of your time? Listen to the Steve and Crypto
Show. 2.5 hours is ridiculous. Imagine if they put like another hour on that. It would have been. It was all pointless.
They did do that, and it was called the Snyder Cut of the Justice League. Because that was what, 4 hours long?
That was 4 hours long. And it was 4
hours too long.
Long hours. That's what it should have been. Not 4 hours long. 4 long hours.
Yeah.
But fucking zombies. Keep losing me today here. Zombies fucking. Now I'm stuck with zombies fucking in my head. We don't need that. But
no,
I guess
we don't.
Like they should have done a better job explaining things like that, how that worked. I mean, I get they kind of showed us at the beginning with you know, like the little army caravan they had to wreck, and a zombie gets out of the thing. So it's probably like something the military created, some kind of a virus or something. Right. Like they were probably trying to create like some super soldier and created this virus. So it wasn't exactly like
a lot of things were implied.
It wasn't exactly the undead. You know what I mean? It was just crazy.
Well, it's kind of like Resident Evil, where some people say that they're zombies. Me, I look at it more as they're infected. Yeah. Because they're not all just flesh-eating zombies. They do that. They will bite you and they'll eat you, but there's more of them that have different reactions to the T-virus, you know, which is the actual thing that they're all in, you know, kind of taken over by anyways. So, there's movies like that where they're kind of splitting hairs, where they're zombies, but there's a little bit more to it. And it does kind of seem like this movie maybe took some notes from Resident Evil in a way, or notes from other zombie movies where they're like, we got to give them something different. I will say I liked that. I do like when they give a twist on zombies and they're not just a slow walking horde. Walking Dead did that.
I like that.
I do like that.
Feels more realistic.
And it is more realistic, and I do like that. But I also enjoy a breath of fresh air every now and then where they're like, hey, we're going to give you a zombie movie, but they're going to be fast, or they're going to,
I don't want fat. I'm too fucking fat for fast zombies.
Well, that's why we watch the movies.
Let's not have fast zombies ever.
That's why we watch the movies, and we're not the ones in them, because we would be dead pretty early in the film.
But you don't think about how fast you'd be dead in the movie.
That's what I'm saying. We'd be dead in the movie very early on. So
I mean, I'd be able to fight them off for a little while, but one or two at a time. But when they start running at me in hordes, I'm like, fuck it, because I probably look delicious to them.
Yeah.
It's like
I'd get ripped apart, I'm sure.
Yeah. But the whole yeah, they be eating good that week. But the zombies, or whatever we're calling them, the infected, they insinuate that all they want to do is just kill and kill. Where do they find time to fuck and make a baby zombie? If all they want to do is kill and have this thirst for blood, when did this happen? Was it just how?
And those two, they kind of gave us the impression that they were the leaders. So they have all these other zombies kind of following their lead. How are they able to tell the other zombies, look, man, give me a minute. I'm going to go over here with the lady, put on some...
They're probably just
put on some Marvin Gaye music and, get the mood right.
They're probably just I don't know, that dude's the fucking man. He's
just doing it in front of all the zombies. They're all just
smell the
him.
Sex on him, and they're like, yo, that dude's getting some.
They're all just cheering him on.
Yeah.
He's in a big old stadium, they're just getting down in the middle of all these zombies.
And the sad thing is, that's what I mean. It would be fucked up if we ended up with some extended cut of this and we get some weird. Yeah. No, you don't want that?
No, don't.
Don't you like that?
No, it's one of those things where if you say it, it's going to become true.
It'd be a breath of fresh air.
Oh, you're going to throw that at me.
And the horse, he had a horse too.
Oh, I know.
One zombie, he got laid.
I wasn't going to bring up the horse.
Was he really even a zombie? Or was he just some dude pretending to be a zombie?
Probably, so he doesn't get eaten.
Bad teeth. There's some tweaker with bad teeth.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm just going to rub a bunch of blood all on me and they'll be fine. They won't even know.
See, that would make more sense.
Yeah.
That would make more sense to me.
But then he's a normal dude that fucked a zombie chick. That's even weirder. If that's where we're going with this, where he's not a zombie and he's just the leader.
Sometimes
you got to...
For survival.
I knew you were going to go there. Maybe that's one for the team or something like that.
Maybe that's how he got the zombie smell on him.
Oh, man. You don't have to go that route. You can just,
Did you say we're almost at a dirty 30? We just became the dirty 30.
There's blood everywhere, all over Las Vegas. He could just go another route. I'm just going to roll in this blood over here, and they won't even know. I smell like the rest of them.
You just think they're supposed to be just mindless, just killing machines. And the dude fucking trains a horse. He makes this fucking stupid Phantom of the Opera mask, and he's banging zombie chicks.
Yeah.
Why does it don't make any sense?
Maybe that dude driving that car should have told his lady to wait till they got home. You know what I'm talking about. Remember? That's pretty much what caused it.
Oh, yeah.
If you think about it, if you trace back.
Yeah. This whole movie.
It's I can't focus while I'm driving here. No.
Yeah. I guess that would be distracting.
Las Vegas is dead.
So it's their fault.
It's their fault we can't go to Vegas anymore.
It's because the newlyweds wanted to fool around in the car while they were driving.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we have zombie tigers and horses and lions and tigers and bears.
Oh, my. That's right.
zombie porn now. Probably they had started a whole like underground zombie porn industry in Vegas. And
it's a dirty city. It makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean, we saw
Sin City.
We saw the cabaret dancers or whatever in the beginning. They were going after that guy.
Oh
yeah,
God.
It's a wild movie, people.
There was
and there's moments of it that I enjoy, but I will say it was a little too long. If we haven't expressed already that it was long.
It was a lot of movie with too many characters to invest yourself in and to really have a connection with. Most movies there's usually a character that you really connect with or you feel you root for or something. Like this movie, there was none of that. There was a few roles that were performed pretty well. Like Dave Bautista, I think he did a really good job. But the character, like, first they try to make you think they're going to show you this backstory on him, but then they keep throwing on this new shit. Like, I remember, like, there was a scene when they show him and he had to put his wife down because she turned. And you're like, oh, that's why he's, doing this and living like this. But then they show him escaping the city with this other chick this other woman that that it seemed like he has this connection with, and then she dies, and it's like, can we just give him one backstory? And then there's the whole thing with his daughter that they never really explain. It's just like, you're not talking to me because I killed your mom. Oh, you think that's why? That's not why. And then that's like, it. Like,
you're just left hanging.
Come on, like,
so
really?
What really happened then?
So that's what makes me think we're gonna get the 15-hour fucking Army of the Dead Snyder cut, full of Dave Bautista's 20 wives dying and zombie fucking.
We love horror movies. We love zombies. I mean, we even love Bautista. He's a pretty good actor. But maybe the reshoots are part of the problem here.
They did do some reshoots.
They did, yeah. The movie was done a long time ago. And then I know one main reason they did reshoots was to replace an actor. So they had Chris D'Elia originally in the cast.
Yeah, then he got all pervy.
Yeah,
and
there was some
shit.
He got into some trouble.
They replaced him with Tig Notaro, right?
Tig Notaro, another stand-up comedian.
Which, I actually heard a thing about that she, they just filmed her stuff and just plugged it in there. That's why we never really see her with any of the other cast members.
Yeah, there's some moments where I guess if you're really thinking about it, you can kind of see where she was, pasted in or however you want to look at it, digitally put in or whatever. But, all of her scenes from what I've heard are pretty much kind of shot separately. So
that's so weird. And the crazy thing is, she was probably the most likable character.
Yeah.
Her character was awesome. It was a trip. That was like it. Other than her, I mean, there was what other characters? The freaking the YouTuber guy.
Oh yeah.
He was, he was probably the most realistic one. Because you think fucking nowadays if something like that went down, all these stupid ass kids would be out here with their fucking cell phones, putting videos on TikTok.
Yep, using their dad's shotgun to go kill zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there was a couple interesting scenes that, that were kind of cool, like when the coyote lady, when she had the zombie queen's head and just, like, fucking plopped it down off the building.
Oh, yeah, it would just drop
pisses like a big fuck you to the zombie pimp daddy zombie there with the Phantom of the Opera zombie.
Took out one of my ladies.
But they had a interesting random soundtrack. That was kind of weird. Some
all
of the songs they threw in.
Dramatic covers of
oh god, yeah. And lots of Elvis, of course, because they gotta force it down your throat that it's Vegas. Yeah, like we don't know we're in Vegas because We already fucking established. That's like the one thing that they made us sure of, that it's Vegas.
Yeah.
Everything else was just
from
like...
the get-go, they showed us the little drone shot through the city,
Everything else was just like, I don't know, your guess is as good as mine. Like,
yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, you want to switch up the topic
Yeah,
just slightly?
I don't want
Are
to
you
talk
ready?
about.
You ready
I don't
to
want to
stop-
talk about that movie anymore.
You ready to stop pissing on this fire? Let's let's change it up a little bit.
We should try to reach out and see if we get Zack Snyder on fucking.
Oh, I'm sure
Steven
he'd love
Crypto
to be
show.
on. Yeah,
Just so I would love to talk to him and tell him.
I'm going to ask.
Tell him how much of a fan I am of his recent work.
Like, so when is the uncut version going to come out? You know, the one that's like an hour and a half, hour and 40.
They should have just canned that one and not, or no, would have saved it. Is if he had James Gunn write the fucking movie for him again, just like with Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, and I don't want anybody to think that we don't have an attention span, that we can't handle a long movie, because we love Marvel films, and a lot of those movies are pretty long. But as Steve was saying, they do a good job of, attaching you to a character and having you actually care about them. And I know they tried to do this a little bit in Army of the Dead, but
did they?
It seemed like maybe they tried to, but they just left some stuff out for the uncut version coming out in 6 months.
Like, the only thing they tried to make you care about was Vegas.
Yeah.
Vegas was like the best character. Vegas and Tig Notaro. And I don't even know what her character's name was. I don't know any of the character names.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was Batista and Tig Notaro.
Right.
And the
I thought they all called each other that.
And the goofy German dude.
No, it was Drax.
Safecracker.
Drax and Tig Notaro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
moving on.
Moving on.
Let's talk about something that's kind of related. It's not zombies exactly, but the possessed. Let's talk about Evil Dead Rise. So just the other day, they announced that it is coming to HBO Max, and we're hoping for a theatrical release. They haven't announced that yet.
Is it going to be a movie or a series?
It looks like it's going to be a movie.
Really?
Yeah. And so
the only thing I've heard about it, like, you probably have more info, I'll let you tell me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know anything about it. I just heard a comment about Raimi and Campbell are only like on board as producers.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they're I mean, I'm hoping they surprise us and Bruce is in there somewhere.
He's gonna.
He probably will be. Yeah, I'm sure he will be. But at this point, we know that Bruce and Sam are both going to be involved behind the scenes. And I wish I could think of the guy's name, but the third person from the original Evil Dead movie that was involved with them, it's like Sam and Bruce's partner, like writing partner and all that. I'm just not even going to try to put the name out there right now. But all three of them are coming back to the fold. So after 40 years of Evil Dead, the original three guys that are basically the brains of the whole thing are back to put together Evil Dead Rise.
Just as producers could mean as little as just finding money to fund it.
They are bringing in a different director, yes.
Are they going to be involved in the writing, or are they involved in any of that?
I think so. I think they're
kind of hope so.
I'm
really
sure hoping.
Makes sense. It would be the only good reason to.
Yeah, they've been talking about it for a while. That they've been putting out in the the internet that they are doing a new Evil Dead project, and so they just didn't say how deep Bruce was going to be involved. I'm not surprised that he's not the lead anymore at his age, but if you got to keep him in there somehow. And so another interesting twist on this one is they're leaving the cabin, and this is going to be Evil Dead in the city.
In the city.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of skeptical about that right now, but we'll see as we get more information and teasers and things like that. If it starts to look decent.
Do we know how far into production it is at this point?
They are starting next month, actually.
Like filming or just casting?
I believe they're starting filming next month.
Okay.
I heard June.
Right.
Yeah. So, which is coming up real soon now. So they, they've definitely been working.
Right. Well, another good movie that's out now that I keep telling you need to watch is Psycho Gorman.
I'm getting there. I'm definitely
fucking
not opposed to it.
I'm not going to say too much about that. I don't care about spoiling Army of the Dead because that spoiled a lot for me. But Psycho Gorman, all I can say is instant classic, fucking fun movie. And yeah, you need to watch it as soon as possible.
I definitely will.
Like, watch it with your kids, watch it with your lady, watch it with your dad, watch it with your, you don't have any pets, but I would say watch it with your pets. Go borrow your neighbor's cat and watch it with the cat. It's fucking a fun movie.
Has your cat watched Psycho Gorman yet?
Cat's seen Psycho Gorman, no? It's the fucking...
Fluffy looks like she would enjoy it.
It's the heckin' best. You'll get that once you watch it.
Okay.
I'm the heckin' best. I love that. I've been singing that damn song. Hey, speaking of cool horror shit and all that good stuff, you guys should head over to fright-rags.com and check out some of the cool shit they have there. It's one of the best sites to find, horror merch and gear and all that good stuff.
That's right. They've been bringing you the best in horror apparel and accessories since 2003. They offer a wide range of products for your favorite creature features, slasher flicks, and cult classics. And a most excellent collection for Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure has just been released. They feature brand new, non-heinous t-shirts, socks, and collectible tins of guitar picks. Get them before they're gone, unless you have a phone booth that will take you back in time when they're in stock.
That is all officially licensed and available now at fright-rags.com.
Frightrags.com. Come.
And, Steve and Crypto Show listeners get 10% off when they use the code SteveCrypto10.
SteveCrypto10.
SteveCrypto10. Only, I say it one time, not 3 times.
You don't type it in 3 times in the code?
You go
column?
And you go in the bathroom in front of the mirror and say Steve Crypto 10 3 times.
And then we appear behind you.
Nothing will happen. I'll come to your house and I'll take a shit.
We just show up and annoy you for an hour or two.
There you go. But no, use Steve Crypto 10 at checkout and get that discount. And we mentioned earlier we were going to bring someone on to promote a project they're working on, and we want to hear about it too. So let's roll that.
Hello, this is Igoro, host of the Igoro Show, and you are listening to the Steve and Crypto Show. So keep your ears open and your mouth shut.
Hey, we're on the Steve and Crypto Show, hanging out with indie comic creator Carlos Raphael. He's writing a new series that is launching very soon on Kickstarter called The New Remarkables. Let's just jump right in and tell us about the comic. Tell us a little bit about the story of the series and all that good stuff.
All right, great. So originally it started out through ICC Facebook forum. It's a independent creator forum, and originally it was started by Antravius Williams. He is the creator of Yellow Prime. He put together about 5 independent creators and selected Yellow Prime, American Revere, Mega Woman, Spirits, Destiny, and Stealth, and put them together. And then we attempted to make a comic book, but we could never find common ground on the script. So after some time, the only time that the Remarkables ever made a comic appearance was in The Art of ICC by John Jones. So as the years went by, it just kind of fizzled out, and then I went into my last couple Kickstarters offering team up books. So there was the Team Supremacist, and that ended up doing better than the actual main comic that was up on Kickstarter. So it was an add-on that people really took to. So I was like, all right, this is really popular, a team superhero book. So I decided that I was going to put one together. And so I approached Antravius about whether he was going to do anything with the Remarkables. He said, no, not really. He was focused on his other stuff. So I asked him if he would sell me the rights to the book, to the name, and the premise, and he agreed. So I purchased it. And then instead of having even though there are going to be Indieverse characters in it, the bulk of the characters are from the Champion Comics universe, from my own universe. So I took all of the top dogs from my own universe, and though Antravius's character Percy Mills is in there, and there's some facets of the old Remarkables in it, which is why I went with the new Remarkables and put that new in there as a nod to the previous Remarkables. Eventually, I will remove the new, but to start, it's going to be the new Remarkables, starting with issue number 1. And so I ended up taking my characters and putting them together. And so that's how the Remarkables got started, was essentially I just didn't want to leave it dead. So I just asked, hey, let me do something with it. And now this is kind of like my flagship team book. Even though the Team Supremacist exists, that's made up of a lot of Indieverse characters from other people.
So what is like the basic premise of the story of the Remarkables?
Okay, so basically this goes back to American Revere number 1, where inside of it, so during that Kickstarter, I actually had a buy-in tier where people could have their character appear in American Revere number 1. The premise of that book is that the president is a bad guy. Him and the Necromage, his right-hand man, he's a warlock, a sorcerer. They both have power, and they have taken and manipulated the American public into electing them. So they used a power of persuasion to be elected. But along the way, that grip is being undermined. It is their power is being lessened by something out there, a supra. That's anybody with powers or beyond human in my universe. They're supras, and there is a super out there supposedly that is having them loosen their grip on the public. And so they want to find out, the president and the Necromage want to find out what's going on. In the meantime, they're taking the supers and they are depowering them. They're putting them in supermaxes. They're imprisoning them. And so that's where Team Supremacist picked up, where at first they try to spring him American Revere from the Supermax, and he refuses to do that. He wants to let the system play itself out. Okay, great. Eventually he decides, well, this isn't really working for me. And then he's informed as to why he's been incarcerated. And so at that point, he does use Team Supremacist help, and they spring themselves from that Supermax. And so government insiders are putting together the Remarkables Generation 2. So they, since American Revere was a military leader, he led military forces, he led supremacists out of the Supermax. They figure he's the most natural leader for Remarkables. So they set up shop in a place called the Octagon. And at that point, they start piecing together the members of the 10 permanent members of Remarkables, led by American Revere. And this is to combat the Children of Ra, who are an eco-terrorist group who happen to have a connection to Necromage, and they are essentially demanding some Mills technology. And if they don't get it, then they plan on melting the polar caps and causing worldwide devastation. So they are holding the world ransom. And the Remarkables are put together as in a response to that threat, as well as others, because it's not just going to be global threats, it's street level threats as well. So they are brought together in that fashion by government insiders and Percy Mills, because the technology that Children of Ra want was created by Percy Mills, which is Antravius Williams's character, the original creator of the Remarkables. And so they are brought together. The reason that Percy Mills's technology is wanted by the Children of Ra is because it is going to help them identify, or they think it'll help them identify this mysterious super that is breaking their bond with the American public. So essentially that's the core of it, is they are brought together to protect the world from the Children of Ra and other threats. And so that's the gist of it, is there. And the tone was done in a fashion. It's not a copy of Justice League, but it's done in a tone similar to the Keith Giffen, J.M. DeMatteis, and Kevin Maguire Justice League from the 80s. And there's going to be a lot of interplay between the characters, like Max Champion. He is the most powerful character in that team, but at the same time, he's the youngest. So outwardly, he's someone in his mid to late 20s, but in reality, he's a teenager. And so then we have guys like Night Demon, who are usually loners, Batman type, so there's going to be that dynamic explored. And then we have Cousin Volta and Impetus the Speedster. And so we have them. So we'll have that familial interplay from the cousins. So we have our Speedster Impetus and we have Volta, and they are related. So they're going to be having that familiar interplay. We have another female Xanadu who's in there, related to the fact that her father, Black Death, was one of the original people who helped to spring American Revere from the Supermax. So there's a lot of tie-ins. But again, my excitement with this is that it's going to have there's going to be a lot of cool interplay. It's not just going to be wham bam action through the whole thing. It's obviously there's going to be quite a bit of it, but there's also going to be times when you have that soap opera interplay, which I like, because again, that's the kind of thing that made issues like the 1980s X-Men and Justice League so much fun. Was that type of interplay.
Yeah. So you have plans to make this an ongoing series? How far out are we going?
So I have the first 12 issues mapped out already. So I know exactly what's going to happen up to the first 12 issues. After that, I like organic storytelling, so I'm not going to go too far out. But it is mapped out through the first 12. So during that time, we have this core 10. That's going to change. That I can tell you. I don't want to go too far into it, but certain characters are going to be coming and going. So, yeah, there's going to be times where you might really yourself to a character and they're going to end up leaving. So, I guess it's kind of like The Walking Dead. I followed that from book 1 all the way to the last.
Yeah.
And there was times when I got frustrated because some of the characters that I enjoyed,
they come and go.
Kirkman killed them off. They come and go. So that's what's going to happen. I can say there are going to be some characters that will remain and won't be going. Won't really say who those are. I can tell you that American Revere more than likely will be a mainstay, but I can't promise you. But for the most part, that more than likely will be one of the characters that's a mainstay. And while the other ones may come and go. But again, I'm looking forward to it. The first arc is what we're doing the Kickstarter for at this time. So that's with the Children of Ra. But then we will have other characters coming back who were in bad guys that were in Team Supremus that will be making their Remarkables debut as we go along. But it is intended to be an ongoing series.
Nice. I like how you're keeping it, unpredictable by having the characters come and go like that.
Yeah.
That's what keeps people coming back and reading. Like, I
Exactly.
don't want, if I know what's going to happen, if I can foresee what's going to happen over the next couple of books, I'm not going to read them.
Yeah, I want to keep it
yeah.
organic, and I want to keep it unpredictable so that you can't figure out exactly what's going to happen, and it's going to keep you wanting to come back, which is...
That's how it all works. That's how movies work, TV works, comics work. That's what we need. So, Kickstarter, give us the details, when it starts, where people could find it and contribute.
Absolutely. So, the Kickstarter launches this next Thursday. So Thursday, June 3rd at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. At 4:30, we're going to do a pre-party launch on Facebook Live, so you can join me there. That's where I will show you some of the books. It does say that they're supposed to be here today. I doubt it. So I'm thinking, unless they show up in the mail really late today, I'm figuring Monday will be when those books come in. But I will have those books in time to be able to show you what they look like, and we'll be doing a giveaway for a chromium cover. So there's 5 chromium covers of the preview that I had printed up, and they are limited to 5. So they are serial numbered 1 through 5. And then early birds, we will do a drawing for the early bird, that back. And then throughout the entire 30 days of the Kickstarter, we'll be doing those tip-ins for those particular. And then we're going to have some other ones. We're going to have some covers that we're going to do tip-ins for throughout the whole thing. So you do have a chance. So tip-ins are all free. And it's going to be for those who are physical. So if you're a digital backer, you're not going to be able to qualify for it. But anyone who is a physical backer, your particular number will be put into the hat. And then as we draw, will be hopefully be one of those that's drawn for the free tip-ins, and it starts with the chromium cover to the preview. So that's a beautiful cover from Erwin Arosa, and but yeah, that's what it is. The actual series itself is created by the art is done by Nimbus Studios in Argentina. That's Leandro Sandoval on art. We have Gabriel Roldan on the colors, and we have Francisco Zamora on the letters. And they're doing the whole package. They're doing absolutely beautiful work. The preview is already available online, so you can find that on www.facebook.com/The Remarkables Comic. You can also catch the preview on facebook.com/Champion Comics Group. So either one of those, the Remarkables Comic or Champion Comics Group, and you'll be able to check out the preview there. So it's a 6-page preview with that's so you can read it. It's completely done, and it's essentially going to be the first 6 pages of the Remarkables. So it'll get you kind of caught up right there, and introduce you to the children of Ra and a couple of the characters. But that's how you would be able to find it, and that way you kind of have a little bit of an idea of what you're getting into when you back the project.
Definitely go find it, check it out before it launches, so you know what you're backing, so you got an idea, and it'll definitely hype you up to even want to contribute more and get your name in the hat to get one of those sweet chromium covers. It's going to be a cool collectible.
Yeah.
And I might have had a little sound glitch for a second, but I'm going to make sure that all his links are listed in our episode description. So if we miss anything, you guys will get that info, and make sure you guys check all that out. And where's the Kickstarter? Where are you on social media? And you personally, if people want to follow you and your work.
All right. So Carlos Raphael, you can find me on Facebook under Carlos Raphael. On Twitter, it is Carlos F. Raphael. So Carlos F. Raphael, you'll find me on Twitter. On Instagram, that would be at Champion Comics Group. And you'll be able to find me there. But online, it's still a work in progress. We're still building that website, but it's www.championcomicsgroup.com. And then I already gave the links for Champion Comics on Facebook, as well as the Remarkables. That's how you can find me. I also want to quickly let you all know that we have 9 different collectible variant covers. So that is something that's going to be in standard chromium and metal covers, metallized covers. And we have Jason Metcalf. He provided one of the variants. It's an amazing cover. Everyone who contributed some amazing artwork to the covers. They're going to be collectibles. The standard, obviously, as many as you would want, but the others are going to be limited so that it is something that you can add as a collectible to your own collection. But we do have 9 different covers, including an Amazing Spider-Man 129 homage that is just absolutely spectacular, that was done by Oliver Dela Cruz. But yeah, that's please join us for the pre-show at 4:30 on Facebook, and then followed at 5 o'clock on Thursday with the launch.
Perfect. Sounds good. Make sure you guys check it out. Make sure you guys keep supporting indie comics and indie creators. And Kickstarter launches Thursday, and I believe that's the 3rd.
The 3rd.
Thursday, June 3rd. So make sure you guys are there and get in on it and help make this book happen. It's going to be a good one. Thanks, Carlos Raphael, for hanging out.
You bet, Steve. Thank you for having me, and you have a good one. And thank you, Champion Nation.
And we're back.
I've been wanting to do that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a pretty cool segment. Go check those guys out, see what they're all about, and we want to end this episode by thanking you guys as always for listening and sharing and promoting us and all that important stuff. Be sure to swing by our Buy Me a Coffee page, buymeacoffee.com/SteveCrypto. And
thank you again to all the contributors so far.
Yes, thank you all. We love you all. Mosty is. Maybe not Zack Snyder. But anyways.
Who said that?
Who said that? Yeah, that must have been my dog. He talks sometimes. He really don't like Zack Snyder movies. It's weird. But anyways, hey, thank you guys for listening. We've been the Steve and Crypto Show.
Thank you guys. We'll catch you next time. Peace.